Hello. How is everybody tonight? Oh, we are not starting soon. We are starting now. We are starting now. Am I coming through loud and clear? Let me see here. Yes, I am coming through loud and clear. How is everybody tonight? Hope everybody's having a lovely Sunday. Let me see who's with me here so far tonight. We have got Living Dead tuning in over on Twitch. How you doing, Living Dead? Joining me over on YouTube, I've got Sean, Michael Sullivan, there's Dave, there's Geriatric Geek. Hope you're doing well, man. How's everything going with you out in Vegas? Hello, Piz. Glad to see you and Jeremy survived the bad weather. We did. We got some pretty gnarly weather the other night. We didn't get hit as bad as some areas of Kentucky. There's some areas of Kentucky that still don't have power. So, I mean, that's not good. But we got hit with some really, really hard winds. And but, you know, we made it through. No damage. Everything was all good. Everything was all good. There's Captain Halloween in the chat. What's up, Keith? There's Zombie7979, Horror Guy 85, The Monster 666, Mike Woodard. What's going on, Mike Woodard? Hope you're doing well. Dave O, 375 Akimbo, Joe Reese, Jeff Spicoli, 1980s Betamax. Nice. Some Betamax love out there. RJ Skalinki, Usu. There's Dream Emulator. How are you doing? Apollo Balboa 85. Hey, Piz. How's the weather? The weather today was beautiful. It was gorgeous weather today. Perfect weather today, as a matter of fact. Mark Allen, how's it going? Anthony Oliver, what's up? From the UK. How's everything going over in the UK, sir? The White Trash Jedi, what's up? How you doing? So I'm all out of Coke Zeros. And Jeremy grabbed some Pepsi Zeros. Which I don't even remember him. I don't even remember him getting these. But Jeremy's made the jump to zero sugar sodas too. So I'm proud of him, and he's not had any issues. So I'm going to make myself a, Dr. McGillicuddy cherry Pepsi here. When will I see Scream 6? The plan is to see Scream 6 on Friday afternoon, the very first matinee on Friday with Jeremy. He's excited. And, all I want out of Scream 6, I've decided now, is I just want a decent slasher movie. Like, I'm not expecting them to reinvent the wheel. I'm not expecting them to blow my mind. I'm not expecting them to do anything that's going to, shock or awe me. I just want a decent slasher. If Scream 6 is a decent slasher, I'll be okay with it. But the caveat, please, no multiple killer reveal monologue dumps at the end. Please. Oh. And there's going to be more than one. I know there's going to be more than one. And God, but I just want a good slasher. That's it. I just want a good slasher. Cheers to everybody who's hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for tuning in and hanging with me here on Sunday. Man, that is good. It's not Coke Zero. It's not Coke Zero, but it is good. Oh, First thing I want to mention is there is a poll on the community section of my channel. I'm going to be doing a Twitch watch party sometime this week. And I left it up to you guys to decide what movie we watch. And as of right now, it looks like Halloween Ends is in the lead. I've got 554 votes. In first place is Halloween Ends with 39%. The Burning is a close second with 32%. And everybody else is just kind of there. The Prowler has 14%. Once Bitten has 8%. And The Taking of Deborah Logan has 6%. Now, it's funny because I posted the same poll on my Facebook page, and The Burning is actually beating Halloween Ends over on my Facebook page. So, if you've not voted in that, let me drop the link here to my community section. Go over and vote. Yeah. Ross Jordan, how you doing, sir? Did I read the leaks? No. I don't want to read leaks. I don't want to see spoilers. I don't want any of that. I think I may have seen one tiny spoiler back when the video footage of the leaked ending or whatever it was being circulated around. Before I realized what it was, I caught something, and I think I may have spoiled something for myself, but just one thing. I won't say what, though. K Crow, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. I do want more than one killer, though. Listen, more than one killer is fine. More than one killer is fine. But not every killer needs their own individual monologue. You know, we definitely don't need that. So let's talk about Tom Sizemore, who unfortunately passed away just yesterday. If you were around in the late 90s and early 2000s, you saw Tom Sizemore in everything. In everything. Oh, by the way, let me post my... That's my Twitch channel right there. That's where we'll be doing the watch along. In order for you to be able to watch along with the watch along on Twitch, you need to have a Twitch account, which is easy. You can set that up in 2 seconds, but you also have to be an Amazon Prime subscriber. So, anywho, back to Tom Sizemore. Tom Sizemore in the late 90s and early 2000s was like in everything. He was on the cusp of being this leading man, of being like the next big leading man. He was extremely talented, intense as all get out, and, you know, drugs kind of derailed his career. Well, they didn't kind of derail his career. Drugs majorly derailed his career. So say no to drugs, as Jeremy would say, say no to drugs. But I mean, let's just take a look at some of the movies Tom Sizemore was in. Saving Private Ryan, Heat, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. Black Hawk Down, Natural Born Killers. Who could forget him as Jack Scagnetti in Natural Born Killers? He was so freaking good in that. The Relic, which is really one of the few like leading man roles I remember him having back in the day. True Romance, Strange Days, Passenger 57, Striking Distance, Lock Up, Devil in a Blue Dress, Bringing Out the Dead. Just so many great. Dreamcatcher, Blue Steel. Almost forgot that he was in Blue Steel. He had a small part in Blue Steel with Jamie Lee Curtis. Blue Steel is a really good movie, by the way. If you've not seen Blue Steel, you should definitely check it out. But yeah, it's sad because he was clearly such a talented guy, a really intense actor. who, like I said, he seemed to be right on the cusp of becoming the next big leading man, Oscar kind of guy, Oscar winning kind of guy. And it all went away thanks to drugs. So it's sad. He passed away yesterday. He had a brain aneurysm, and he was in a state where he was gone, but he was on life support, and the family had to make the decision to pull the plug. So that had to be a really horrible decision for his family. I know he had two young sons and a wife. So, so definitely sad for them. I feel for them, but it's one of those stories of what could have been. Like, what if, what if he had stayed on the straight and narrow? Like, what kind of work could he have done? And I'm sure it would have been incredible work. But, yeah, it's too bad. What are some of your all's favorite Tom Sizemore performances? He was awesome in Striking Distance. Yep. Lock Up in Passenger 57. Yes. What's up, Tanker Yanker? How you doing, man? What kind of guitars and amps do I use? I've got a Fender Mustang amp that I like a lot. I can't get it to connect to my computer though. I bought it secondhand, so I don't know if it was already messed up when I bought it, but I can't get it to connect to my computer, which sucks. As far as guitars, I mean, regular guitars, the 6-string guitars, I don't have anything super fancy. I've got a Epiphone SG. I do have a really cool Squire Bullet Strat from the 80s. That sounds really good. And I've got a bunch of basses. I've got a Warwick. I've got a Spectre.
Man, you are one scared cat. They call me Reggie the Reckless.
Ah. Future Dead Camper, thank you for being a channel member for 6 months. Happy to make it to another stream, bud. Well, thank you very much. I hope you're feeling better. Hope you're doing better. But thank you. I appreciate that very much. I've got a Fender bass. I've got a couple of Squires. I've got a Stingray. I think that's it as far as basses are concerned. Yeah, he was good in True Romance. Sizemore was good in True Romance. He wasn't in it a whole lot, but he was definitely memorable. What's up, Kevin Dudley? How you doing? You saw Cocaine Bear earlier today. Pretty cool overall, but not quite as gory as I was expecting. Loved Sizemore as the mobster and Enemy of the State. I totally forgot he was even in Enemy of the State. He was in so much back in the day, like you know. It's easy to overlook. Tom Sizemore always looked like Michael Madsen. They could have been brothers. Yeah. I think The Relic was his biggest role. Yeah, I think that's the only leading man role I remember him being in back in the day. I actually wanted to go back and rewatch Relic before the stream. I just didn't have time. A lot of people love that movie. I've only seen it once. It was many years ago, and I don't remember very much about it at all. You liked him in Lock Up with Sly? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good actor, really talented actor. Dark Hawk Mark says, thanks for being on tonight. I'm still in rehab. Places like Smith's Grove at the end of Mike. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad to be on. I'm glad you could catch the stream live and hope it helps out. Any update on Heart of Darkness? I know that I think they're in the editing process. Last I heard. I think they're done with all of the interviews, and they're in the editing process. But that was at least a couple of months ago, if not longer. So nothing more recent than that. I also want to mention that yesterday was Gunnar Hansen's birthday. Of course, the legendary Gunnar Hansen, who played Leatherface in the original Chainsaw, he would have been 76 years old yesterday. So, the great Gunnar Hansen. Tom Sizemore was in GTA Vice City. Okay. Interesting. I did not know that. Very interesting. Think we'll get a Jason Takes Manhattan Easter egg in Scream 6? I'm sure. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I would certainly appreciate that. Convention season is almost here. As a matter of fact, there's already been some conventions that have gone off earlier, or this year already. But I wanted to talk about some upcoming horror conventions, some ones that are kind of on my radar that I hope to be able to attend this year. If any of y'all out there watching are planning on attending any conventions this year, please let me know which ones you're planning on going to. That's right, Sizemore was in Point Break. That's right, Joe. Yep, he had a very memorable small role in Point Blank. Yeah. Point Break, not Point Blank. Point Break. "101 Films putting out a Bob Clark horror collection." I saw that. Black Christmas, Death Dream, and Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. I saw that. It looked like a pretty nice set. You're going to Texas Frightmare this year, Ben? Okay, cool. Yeah, Texas Frightmare's loaded. I was looking at their guest list the other day, and they are freaking loaded. So that'll be a fun convention. Don't they say that like every year, Ben? Like every year at Texas Frightmare, they put it in like a bad location, and then they apologize, and then they move it to an equally bad location the next year. At least that's what I hear about it from people. No new updates on Mutilator 2. I've not heard anything Mutilator 2 related in a while. But let's talk about some conventions that I'm definitely looking to attend. I would love to attend the Halloween 45 convention out in Pasadena, California. That's going to be a huge one. Anybody planning on going to that? From my understanding, tickets are not going to be easy to get. And they're, for some reason, they're waiting to make tickets available. I'm thinking they're trying to get Jamie Lee Curtis locked down for this year. And then, if they can get Jamie Lee locked down, then they'll announce the ticket prices. And of course, if Jamie Lee is on the ticket, that ticket price will probably double. So, but I would like to go to that one. I think that one would be a lot of fun. I've never been to California, so it'd be cool to go out to the shooting locations and, see the Myers house and see, the Strode house, etc., etc. And I think it'd just be a fun convention too. All those Halloween folks. And some of the folks that are in like Halloween and Halloween 2, even Halloween 3, those folks aren't going to be around forever. So and there's a lot of them I'd love to meet. Hey Jess, what's up, man? How are you? S Rose, how you doing? Just wanted to say, hey, all right, hey, man. Hope you're doing good. I went to the Halloween 25 and Halloween 30 back in the day. Oh, really, Dave? That's cool. Did you have a good time? They've not announced any guests just yet, Kevin. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm thinking the reason that they're holding off on making the tickets, taking it live so that you can purchase tickets is Jamie Lee Curtis. What's up, Steve? How you doing, man? Looking to get to LA soon to watch some movies at the New Beverly. Near Dark is playing right this very minute. Oh, that is awesome. That is very cool, Cliff. Yeah. I'd love to see Near Dark on the big screen. Yeah, Ross, it'll be expensive, but, I think it'll be worth it, Sometimes you just gotta YOLO. Sometimes you just gotta, just gotta go with the flow. You gotta YOLO. Last year at Texas Frightmare, it was crazy packed, but it was mainly because of them honoring tickets from 2020 being canceled. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, spent a lot of money on airfare, hotel food, and convention money. Yeah. I mean, all that will definitely add up quick. All that will add up really quick. So, if you go, you have to get a pic with Busta Bust if he's there. I would love to meet Busta Rhymes and get a photo with Busta Rhymes. I really would. Like in the photo, I want us both to be doing like karate. That's what I want. That would be great. That would be so good. Forget about Jamie Lee Curtis. Book Busta Rhymes at Halloween 45. That's what I want. Man, can you imagine? That'd be cool. That would be cool. Oh, Kevin, you're drinking Peeps Pepsi? Jeremy and I were not fans of Peeps Pepsi. Old school gamer forever. Happy as I went to H25 as well. I enjoyed the bus tour. Dick Warlock was the guide on my bus. Cool. Sean Clark was one, and Charles Cyphers was one also. That's cool. That's freaking cool. Yeah, see, I'd like to do the bus tour thing also. I'd like to do the bus tour. And if Dick Warlock was the guide, hell yeah. Meeting Don Shanks at the end of a haunted house was the only time I have met a horror star. Got to hold the screen mask in a picture with the man. Oh, that's really cool. Very cool. Dangertainment. I know. That's how I would want him to sign either the photo or whatever I have Busta sign would be trick or treat mofo, Oh. I'm about to attend my first convention. Are you allowed to take things to have the celeb sign? Yeah, absolutely, horror. Absolutely. I prefer to take things like posters or masks or Figures, I prefer to take things as opposed to buying stuff off the table. Everybody's different, but I like to take stuff. So yeah, you can absolutely take stuff. Don't take like knives unless they're like they're safe. You know what I mean? Knives, machetes, things like that. You want to take one that's safe. So, never been to the Myers house. I would like to go and see the Myers house. Dave was on the Dick Warlock bus. Oh, that's cool. I will be at the Full Moon Tattoo and Horror Festival on April 7th. I will be meeting William Catt from House and The Greatest American Hero. I'm planning on attending that one too, Steve. That one is on my list. I was about to talk about that one, as a matter of fact, because Roy is going to be there. Dick Weand. I've met just about all the cast of A New Beginning.
Mother, this cloth smells of death.
With the exception of Dick Weand. Michael K., thank you for the $5 super chat. That's very kind of you. I saw you picked up Killer Nun on DVD. Been looking to find a copy of it on Blu-ray myself. I didn't realize Antika Ekberg was in it. Yes. I've actually never seen Killer Nun, but a little nunsploitation. A little nunsploitation every now and again is good for you. That's my philosophy. But thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Scarefest this past year was my first horror convention. It was cool, but I think I would have enjoyed it more 20 years ago. The real highlight for me, Scarefest weekend, was getting to meet Jeremy and you and hanging with the rest of the crew. Yeah. That was a big part of last year. Last year's Scarefest was a big deal because it was Jeremy's first convention and he had a absolute blast. And of course, getting to meet all you guys and hanging out with you guys for a little bit, that was super fun too. So yeah, last year's Scarefest was really special. And Scarefest is on my list for this year too. They've not really, the person that they've booked who I want to see the most so far is Clint Howard. Would really like to meet Clint Howard, but there's plenty of time, so I'm sure they'll book a lot more guests, but Clint Howard right now is tops for me at this year's Scarefest. But yeah, let's go to the Full Moon Tattoo and Horror Festival page here. Let's see who else is going to be there. Nick Castle. I'll probably take a Myers mask for Nick Castle to sign. Of course, Dick Weand. I mean, I've got at least a couple of different things I want him to sign. Danny Lloyd from The Shining. I'd like to meet him. I think that would be cool. Danny Hassel from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 5 is going to be there. I'll probably get something for Jeremy signed by him. Kane Hodder's going to be there. I've got a bunch of Kane Hodder. I've got a bunch of stuff signed by Kane Hodder already, but I was thinking about taking my original Part 7 and Part 8 one sheets to have him sign those. And Laura Park Lincoln is going to be there, so I might get her to sign the Part 7 one too. So I don't know, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the Nashville. There's some other people I might, I mean, Richard Brake. I like Richard Brake. William Catt, might get something from William Catt. Mark Burnham, who was Leatherface in the Netflix Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I don't know. And there's still some time for them to book some more people, I think, too. That convention is April 7th through the 9th. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Don't know when Mutilator 2 is coming out just yet, Elise. Buddy is still looking for a distributor. Last I heard, he had 3 different distributors interested. So hopefully, he's made a deal and we'll get an announcement very soon. Loved your stream about physical media. Thank you, Swaggy. Hope you're doing well, sir. But what's up with you, Kevin? You doing all right? Danielle Harris is going to be at Scarefest this year, Kevin. I have met her before. She was at the very first Scarefest I ever went to back in the day. So I met her there. And there's actually another newer convention. Well, there's 2 newer conventions, or newer to me at least, that are going to be in Tennessee. The Bride of FrankenCon, which they had booked Joe Bob and Darcy, and so I was really excited about going to that one to see them, because I've not met either of them, but they canceled. So let's see who's at Bride of FrankenCon now. I know they've got some other folks, but let's double check just to make sure. Let's see. They've got Frank Henenlotter's going to be there. That's cool. Kevin Van Hintrenreich is going to be there from the Basket Case movies. Patty Mullen from Frankenhooker is going to be there. That's cool. Oh, James O'Barr. That's right. James O'Barr is going to be there. The creator of The Crow. See, I was thinking about going and taking Jeremy, because I think Jeremy would love to meet James O'Barr. Jeremy loves The Crow, of course. And, gosh, Jeremy's got so much Crow stuff. I don't know what if he'd want his Crow graphic novel signed, or like a Crow figure, or I don't know. But he's got a bunch of Crow stuff to choose from. So that's cool. Might just go, just to meet James O'Barr, just to have Jeremy to meet James O'Barr. CJ Graham's going to be there. Felissa Rose is going to be there. Brian Brimmer from Pumpkinhead, Society, and Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5. So not a bad lineup. And there's Smoky Mountain Terror. Let's see, where's that? I know that one's in Tennessee somewhere too. Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Not that far away. And they've got some pretty good guests lined up this year. They've got Tyler Main, they've got Danielle Harris, they've got Scout Taylor Compton, Michael Berryman. They've got Butch Patrick, Bob Elmore, Naomi Grossman. Kane Hodder's going to be at that one too. A bunch of paranormal, ghost hunters, and Bigfoot show people. All right. I guess there's an audience for them. I was at a convention one year with that Tyler Main was at. I remember walking past him in the hallway and just being like, damn, that dude's tall. I'm tall, but to me, he was tall. He was, big, tall guy. Eric does conventions on occasion. It just depends. It just depends if it's a convention that he wants to do. So it's a lot of travel. It's a lot of, but he does them every now and again. I think he's booked to do a convention in Maryland later this year, as a matter of fact. So, Piz, if you go to H45, will you make your maiden flight? That would be my very first plane ride. Yes. Never been on a plane before, but I do intend to fly drunk. I'm going to be very drunk when I fly, and hopefully sleep the entire way. Well, I'm sure there'll be a layover, but that's just more time to drink. Favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger film is Predator. What's up, Gustavo? How you doing? Are you able to go live for social media while inside there? I don't see why not. Like inside of a convention, I don't see why not. I mean, it's going to be very loud and very, it's going to be very loud. I'm going to Chiller to meet Paul Ehlers. Oh, cool. I've never met Paul Ehlers. That's cool. Going to meet the Madman. Yeah, that's cool, Kevin. I have not seen Spoonful of Sugar. Nope, I have not. Really dig the vibe of your channel. Glad to see how well you treat your brother and how tight you are. Not all brothers have that. Oh, well, thank you. Not If I See You First. I like that name. Very cool. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And let's see. And Scarefest. I've mentioned Scarefest. Let's see again who's going to be at Scarefest this year. The big one for me so far is Clint Howard. Let's see. Adrian King's going to be there. Amelia McLean, who played Pale Girl in Terrifier 2. That's cool. I'd kind of like to meet her. Damian Leone's going to be there. Danielle Harris, David Howard Thornton, Felissa Rose. They're doing like a Day of the Dead reunion, which is cool. They got Jarlath Conroy, Lori Cardill. There's Melinda Clark. There's Sandy Johnson, Scout Taylor Compton, Tom Savini, Terry Alexander. So, still plenty of time, though. I'm sure they'll book a lot more people, but right now, Clint Howard is my go-to. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing, sir? Harrison Perkins, how are you? What was the last classic Arnold movie? I think it's Eraser. That's a good question. I think it's probably True Lies. I'd say True Lies is the last classic. Am I excited for Scream 6? All I want out of Scream 6 is a decent slasher. That's it. I just want it to be a decent slasher movie. If it can go above and beyond that, then that's great. Just as long as it doesn't, go under that. Just all I want's a decent slasher, and I'll be happy. To Twin Peaks reference, I've watched Twin Peaks. I loved Twin Peaks back in the day. I've not watched any lately, and I haven't seen any of the newer newer Twin Peaks. But I loved the original series when it was first airing, and of course Fire Walk with Me. So yeah. I've never met Camille Keaton. I don't know if she's ever been at a convention that I've been at. Nick Sweat. What's going on, Nick Sweat? I like that name too. Nick Sweat. It's like like you're a hip hop artist or like an R&B artist. Nick Sweat. I've never met Matthew Lillard. He was at a Scarefest that I was at a few years ago. I wish I would have met him, but I just didn't. Jeremy is chomping at the bit to see Scream 6. He is so ready for Scream 6. Watch The Return, Piz. It's the most ambitious TV show ever. Really? Okay. Hey, Gabrielle, how are you? Gabriella, I'm sorry. Yes, his family did pull the plug yesterday. Yes. Oh, Nick, you are a musician. Wrong genre, though. Okay. But, I mean, that's a good musician name, though. I like that name. So, you should try R&B, though. With a name like that, I mean, I think you'd really, that name alone is going to take you places. You get to the R&B game, Hey, Parker, how are you doing? I've not watched the Banana Splits yet. No. I'm saving that one for a rainy day. Yeah, I've been to a Horror Hound convention. I think I've been to 2 Horror Hound conventions. I met Tawny Moyer, Nurse Jill from Halloween 2. I gave her a 50 bill and had to ask for my change. Isn't that awkward? I've been there. Raw Deal is on. Yeah, I like Raw Deal. You got the Keith Sweat reference throughout elementary and middle school? Yeah, I can imagine. If you're watching over on Twitch, say hello. Say hello. Reveal yourself. And if you're somebody who watches the YouTube streams and you're not very chatty, you don't normally take part in the chat, just say hello. Let us know you're there. But both Horror Hounds I've been, because I've been to Horror Hound Columbus, and I went to Horror Hound Indianapolis. Both were fun. Actually, I think the Columbus one was even more fun, to be honest.
Ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby, ooh, baby.
Ooh, Nick Sweat. Thank you for subscribing on Twitch. I appreciate that, sir. Very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. And there's Lost Tune in the chat. How you doing, man? How have you been feeling lately? Been feeling good. Been feeling good. Been doing good. It's all good. It's all good. Do I watch true crime shows? Yes. I still watch old episodes of freaking Unsolved Mysteries all the time. So even episodes I've seen multiple times in the past, I'll rewatch them because I just love Unsolved Mysteries. But there's other true crime like channels and stuff that I watch too. Cinefex 419 just wanted to say hi. Well, hi. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. There's Redbeard in the chat. What's up? Return of the Disc says hello. Excited to see your vinyl collection. That is coming up. That is coming up. Really enjoyed The Relic being set in a museum. Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch The Relic sometime. Piz, do you have a Sega Genesis or a Super Nintendo when you were a kid? I had a Super Nintendo. A buddy of mine had a Genesis. Well, two buddies of mine had Genesis or Genesises. Genesi. I don't know. Whatever the plural of Genesis is. Genesee, maybe. I don't know. But there were some games on the Genesis that I remember were better on the Genesis than they were on the SNES. Some of my favorite games for the SNES were Super Mario World, Super Tecmo Bowl, Super Punch-Out, Mortal Kombat 2. I think those were my favorites. Those were the ones I played the most. Yeah, those are the ones I played the most. Turtles, yes. Turtles in Time was awesome. A buddy of mine owned Turtles in Time, and we'd play that all the time whenever I'd go over to his house. That was such a fun game. That was a great, great freaking game. Your physical media releases are second to none. Least I could do. Oh, well, I appreciate that, Nick. You're very kind, man. What's the best panel you've been to at a convention? It had to be the Friday the 13th, A New Beginning panel. That one was fun. What's the creepiest segment in Unsolved Mysteries? Ooh, there's many. There's many.
Mama?
Yes, darling, what is it?
Mother, this cloth smells of death.
Thank you, Davo, for the $1. Thank you, thank you. There was a segment on Unsolved Mysteries that revolved around a haunted house, and there were two things about that episode that really freaked me out. There was one dramatic, recreation where this kid was in bed and they rolled over from one side to the other. And when they rolled over on the side, like facing outward, as soon as they rolled over, like these three ghosts appeared, like right next to their bed. So I was always like freaked out, like, I'm going to wake up one night and roll over and there's going to be ghosts, like, right next to my bed. And there was another part of that segment where a kid came home from school and he was all alone. He walked upstairs and something scared him, and he ran downstairs and ran out the front door. And when he was in the yard, he turned around and looked in the window, and there was this creepy ghost face in the window watching him. That freaked me out too. How important is keeping up with your health and dental well-being to you? Do you get physicals and cleanings done regularly? Wow, that's actually a really good question. Dental hygiene was always something that was stressed to me by my mother. Well, physical hygiene too, because I remember her saying as a kid, I grew up poor, but I remember her saying one thing we'll never not have is soap and shampoo. So you have no excuse to stink. And dental hygiene was also very much stressed by her. So dental hygiene has always been something that I'm very, I take seriously, as does the physical hygiene. I like to smell good. I like to feel clean. So, physical health is something, I've actually been good lately. I've taken sugary sodas out of my diet. So I'm only drinking water or like zero sugar stuff. Trying to, eat a little bit better, doing some intermittent fasting, and getting out and going for walks when I can. So I think it has, I think it's improved. Like I feel better. I feel better. So yeah. Super Castlevania 4 was good for SNES. Yep, that's true. Old school. I never played that game, Art of the Video. Never played it. There's Cotton Eye Joe on Twitch. How you doing, Cotton Eye Joe? Do I ever play the Streets of Rage games? I know I have. I don't think I played them very much, though. But I know I have. All right, Zombie7979, take care. Viking Zombie's going to be at Full Moon in Nashville. Cool, cool. Robert Stack is Robert Stack is definitely a legend. Dennis Farina, I like Dennis Farina a lot, but he did a good job as the host, but he's no Robert Stack. He's no Robert Stack. Have I ever had any paranormal experiences? No. The closest thing I ever had to a paranormal experience, and I've told this story before, I'd gone hiking with a couple of friends many, many years ago, and the hike was far more rugged than I thought it was going to be. And I told them, I was like, I need to stop so I can catch my breath. And they were like, okay, well, we're going to go on. Good friends, let me tell you. And they went on. And I only stopped for maybe not even a minute. But when I started back in that direction that they were going, I mean, they were just gone. And I was like double timing it, but they were gone. They were just gone. Like they disappeared. And what's funny, if you've ever been in the woods, and this was like the deep woods, it's incredibly loud. There's just sounds everywhere. There's animals, there's the wind through the trees, there's, you're stepping on branches and leaves and sticks. There's just sounds everywhere. Well, it got to the point where, like if it seemed like I'd hiked and hiked and hiked for what seemed like an hour, and like I hadn't seen anything. We were supposed to come to like a clearing where there was a waterfall. The clearing never showed up. I couldn't, like they were gone. I didn't even hear them in the distance. And like at one point I realized it was completely silent. There was no sound whatsoever. The wind wasn't blowing. There were no animal sounds in the woods. The only sound was the, debris crunching under my foot. That was it. And it was like deafening silence. That never happens in the woods. And it was a really freaky, it was a really freaky feeling. And I don't know if you'd call that a paranormal experience, but that just doesn't happen. But yeah, it was definitely surreal. But I just kept going, kept walking and walking and walking until eventually I heard the waterfall and, sort of things kind of came, the sounds of the forest kind of turned back on and, oh, there's the waterfall. There's my buddies. And, okay, I made it. Not counting a delicious Peeps Pepsi every now and again. That's right. That's right. I only really took like 3 sips of the Peeps Pepsi. That was all I needed. That was all I wanted. Was not a fan of the Peeps Pepsi. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I would certainly appreciate that. Favorite games on the Sega Genesis console. Altered Beast. I liked playing Altered Beast. I liked playing Sonic was okay. But Sonic to me was always like the poor man's Mario. But I thought Sonic was okay. There was another game. It was like a fighting game. I don't remember. But like the funny thing about the game is if you kept pushing down, like the guy would squat and squat over and over and over and over again. And after he squatted so many times, he would fart. So like me and my buddy would just sit and like press down all the time to make him fart over and over again. We thought that was really funny. Don't remember the game. I remember the gameplay being fun. I don't remember what the game was called. But I mean, we got mostly a kick out of just making the character fart by pushing down over and over again. Gargle salt water always helps me with my oral hygiene. I've actually been adding sea salt to my water. It's it keeps it helps to the sea salt helps to absorb more nutrients, and it keeps you it makes you more hydrated than just water alone. Hey, there's Garrett in the chat. Garrett, born to be rad. How's it going, sir? Hope you're doing well. Streets of Rage, RoboCop versus Terminator was bomb too. WWF Raw was cool. Toe Jam and Earl. Oh man, I forgot about Toe Jam and Earl. Yes, Toe Jam and Earl was a lot of fun. Oh yeah. Yep, that was a good one. Hey Michael Joe, what's up? I don't think they will find Julian Sands alive. At this point, it doesn't... At this point, I don't think they will either, unfortunately. That's really sad. That's really sad. Really good actor. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I think the odds of them finding him alive are pretty slim, unfortunately. Am I a beer drinker? Yeah, I drink beer. I don't drink beer often, though. I don't drink beer often. I like the Good Doctor. You know, I like some vodka every now and again. Stoli specifically is my favorite. But other than that, that's really it. I mean, if I'm somewhere and there's beer available, you know, I'll drink a beer or 2 or 3. But I don't usually buy it for the house because I don't, you know, it just kind of sits there. Earthworm Jim. Yep. I remember that one. That one was good too. Mm-hmm. Favorite segment in Creepshow 2 is the raft. That's my favorite one. I've not seen the Outwaters yet. I'd like to see it. You're brave, Piz. I love Peeps, but no way I'm drinking that swill. If you like Peeps, you may actually like the Peeps Pepsi, Ghost. You may actually like it. I don't know. It tasted more like marshmallow cereal to me than a Peep, though. I have seen Infinity Pool, Parker. Yeah, I liked it. I had some issues with it. I thought it was a little too weird for its own good. Like it was weird for weirdness' sake. Weird to the point that it took me out of the movie a couple of times. But still, I enjoyed it. I liked the performances. Yeah, I liked it. I tried Pepsi Peeps the other day and could barely stomach it. Have you tried Dr. Pepper Strawberries and Cream? Not yet. Not yet. Jeremy and I have, we've got 2 bottles of Coca-Cola Move in the fridge. We're going to do a video on Coca-Cola Move very soon. Was the farting game Booger Man a pick and flick adventure? No, it was like a fighting game. He was like a tough fighter guy. But if you push down over and over again, he would fart. That's all I really remember about it, was that he farted. So. Oh, speaking of the doctor, where's my menthol mint? Here we go. All right, I'm going to do a shot of the menthol. I've got a fresh bottle of menthol mint here. I'm going to do a shot before I show off my vinyl soundtrack collection. Oh, my God. Just happened to have a pair of vice grips down here because I just finished up this hockey mask for my buddy Alex. I don't know if Alex... Is Alex in the chat tonight? Your part 5 hawk here is done. It's all strapped up and ready to go. But I just so happen to have the vice grips here. I think I'm probably going to need them to open this freaking bottle. Son of a biscuit. All right. Even with the vice grips, the thing won't turn. Holy crap. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. So a shot of the good doctor for all you fine folks who are spending your Sunday with me. I appreciate it. Cheers. That is good stuff. That is good stuff. Oh. Kevin L says he loves Peeps Pepsi. All right, cool. Cool. The menthol doctor did you dirty as a youngin'? No way. Not the doctor. Not the good doctor. Where can you find a screen-used Freddy glove? I don't know. That I don't know, sir. Easy money, quoting Tom Sizemore in Heat. Favorite drink to have at a bar? I'd say probably a mojito. A mojito. But I don't like it with too many mint leaves. Just give me a few mint leaves in there, you know, and I'm good. It doesn't have to be super minty for me. Some places they put way too many mint leaves in there. Just, you know, just a few mint leaves and I'm good. Your bottle of the doctor leaked out in your garage freezer. Now it smells like mint. Huh? Agreed about Infinity Pool. It was very music video-y at times, but overall I enjoyed it. Too early in the day for me to start drinking. What part of the world are you in, Mike? You must be, I don't know, what part of the world are you in? So I've had a number of people ask me about, do I collect vinyl? Do I have any vinyl? And just the other day on my newest I Love Physical Media video, I unboxed a vinyl soundtrack. So I thought, let me show off some of my vinyl collection here. It's not a whole lot, but I do have some pretty cool ones. So without further ado, this is the soundtrack for one of my favorite slasher movies. I talk about it all the time. I love it so deeply. It's Pieces. Pieces. It's exactly what you think it is. And you know what? Say what you will about Pieces the movie. Personally, I think it's a brilliant motion picture, but the soundtrack is really good. Like, the soundtrack sounds like it's got kind of a giallo-y kind of soundtrack, but at the same time it's got its own flavor to it, and I like that a lot. But amaretto sour, that would be my second favorite, Joe, is amaretto sours. Actually, amaretto sour may be my number one, then followed by mojito. But it just depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling more mojito, I'll get a mojito. If I'm feeling more amaretto sour, I'll get an amaretto sour. Though I think I probably feel more amaretto sour more often. So. But yeah, Pieces, the original motion picture soundtrack on vinyl. Beautiful. Beautiful. Here is the inside of it. Let's get a load of that. Look how gorgeous that is. Absolutely beautiful. 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 Here is like the little slip. You've got the chainsaw on one side. On the back, you've got some liner notes and what have you. Great film. Great film. And let's see, what color is the vinyl? Let's see if this is like oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is a colored vinyl. Oh, look at that. Look how blood red that sucker is. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And if anybody out there has not seen Pieces, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Mama? Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this cloth smells of death.
Once you've seen Pieces, it'll be like your life before Pieces and then your life after Pieces. Okay, that's how much it's going to do for you. Manuel Villarreal, thank you for the $5 super chat. As a poster collector, when it comes to original one sheets, do you worry Walmart frames aren't protective enough? They have no archival properties. Well, here's the thing with if it's an original one sheet that's 27 by 41, good luck finding a poster frame for it at Walmart. The original one sheets that came out like after 88, 89 that are 27 by 40, that's fine. I've got a bunch of different originals in Walmart poster frames. They do just as good a job as the like $100 27 by 41 poster frame that I got. So they both do a good job. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Manuel. The pieces. And thank you, Manuel, by the way. Very, very kind of you. Yes, I have met Tony Todd. He was very nice. You saw Pieces in the theater when it came out in 81, Jimmy. Wow. 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 That is awesome. That is cool. Next up, this is the Ultimate Edition for Mandy. And this is a really nice release for Mandy because not only does it contain the film, there's four discs for the film. I do believe they're 4Ks too. Let me double check. I think they're 4Ks. I might be wrong. Nope. Hold on. No. I think they're Blu-rays, but let me double check. There's the soundtrack on CD. Yeah, it's Blu-rays and DVDs, but still, yeah. But what's cool about it is it comes with the Jeremiah Sand record on vinyl. So the villain from Mandy, who was also a musician, it actually includes his music, the fictional character's music, on vinyl. And really it's only one song, but still, that's pretty interesting that they did that. But this thing also comes with, like, here's a really cool, like, booklet. You can't call that a booklet. It's too big to be a booklet. With all kinds of cool stuff about the movie inside it. It comes with these cards. And it comes with a huge poster. Yeah, it comes with a huge poster. So, I'm not going to fully unfold it, but it's just the movie poster. But yeah, the Mandy Ultimate Edition with Jeremiah Sand vinyl. And of course, I showed this off on my last physical media video, the TerraVision Neon Maniacs vinyl soundtrack. The artwork on this thing is gorgeous. I mean, just look at that. On the back of it, you got the track listing and all the different Maniacs. So good. So good. I do believe that the next patron and channel member watch party is going to be Neon Maniacs. So I'll be scheduling that sometime soon. All right, next up here. I think I picked this up at I bought this at a used bookstore. This is the Lost Boys soundtrack. There's the back of it with the track listing and photos from the movie and stuff. I've given this thing a spin several times. But yeah, this is probably the oldest vinyl soundtrack that I own. But it sounded really good the last time I listened to it. Sounded really good. So, yeah. Lost Boys vinyl soundtrack. This isn't this isn't a soundtrack, but it's got something it's movie related, and I think you'll get a kick out of it. This is Huey Lewis and the News's sports record. But as you can see there in the corner, it says property of Patrick Bateman, and of course there's blood all over it. So it's the Huey Lewis and the News sports record. It's just got blood splattered all over it, and it's from Patrick Bateman's personal collection. Yeah, I love that. I love that. The Lost Boys soundtrack is awesome. Yes. Lost Boys soundtrack is one of the GOATs. There's no doubt about that. Does the Neon Maniacs include the Battle of the Band songs? Very good. Very good question. That's a very good question. Let me see here. I would certainly hope so, because those songs are incredible. I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I think this is just straight up the music from the yeah. So no, those songs from the Battle of the Bands are not on here unless they're hidden tracks. But those songs are awesome. Maybe they're hidden tracks. I don't know. Maybe they couldn't get the rights to those. We'll see. Piz, you got to get the Fright Night soundtrack. It's great. Yeah. When sports came out in '83, I think they really came into their own commercially and artistically. I've got two. These aren't soundtracks, but I'll show them off anyway. One of my favorite bands of all time, so I couldn't pass up when I saw this record. It's the Agents of Fortune Blue Oyster Cult record. And this has like so many great songs on it. It's got, of course, Don't Fear the Reaper. It's got This Ain't the Summer of Love. It's got E.T. Extraterrestrial Intelligence. It's got Tattoo Vampire on it. Just so many great songs on this record. Agents of Fortune, Blue Oyster Cult. I mean, I couldn't say no. And I found this at a used bookstore. It's Godspeed You Black Emperor. Slow Riot for New Zero Canada. But it's got a song on it called Moya, which is just transcendent. It's an incredible song. All instrumental, but just look it up on YouTube. Godspeed You Black Emperor Moya. Moya. It'll change your life. It'll definitely change your life. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. But the biggest piece of my vinyl soundtrack collection would have to be this Halloween set. And was this oh no, this was Death Waltz. This is the Halloween original soundtrack collection from Death Waltz Records. It's Halloween 1 through 5 vinyls. And they come inside this really nice case. You got Michael there on the front. On the back, you've got Michael, or like the specter of Michael looming over Jamie. Really nice artwork. Really nice artwork. And So here is the original Halloween. I love the design on this one. It's Michael peering at you through a rain-slicked window. I like how they did the rain there. That's really cool. There's the back. Here it is. When you open it, you've got the Haddonfield city sign there. And I'm pretty sure the vinyl itself has got some interesting stuff on it as well. Yeah, it's got like a splatter, like a green and black splatter effect on it. That's pretty cool. Anybody else pick up these Halloween vinyls from Death Waltz? Yeah, man, that Halloween set is killer. Yeah. Yeah, Jeremy made it through the storm. He did good. He made it through the storm like a, he was a trooper. Do I see a big eyeball when listening to BOC? Occasionally, yeah. Occasionally I do, Jeffrey. Yeah. So that's Halloween 1. Here is Halloween 2. More of the night he came home. Got the blood tears there. Got Loomis. Got Michael there with his scalpel. Oh, this is cool. Here's the inside. Let's see, what does the vinyl look like in this guy. Oh, it's all orange. This one's all orange. That's pretty cool, though. Never heard of the Halloween collection. This came out a few years ago. Here is Halloween 3. Season of the Witch. And this one's interesting because it opens up this way. Yeah. That's how it's kind of strange how it opens up, but it comes with like these tarot card kind of things here with the witch and the skull and whatnot on it. So yeah, those are kind of interesting. Here's what the vinyl comes in, and let's see, is the vinyl fan? Oh, it's green. It's green with some black on it. Green and black vinyl. I forgot about this. It comes with a instruction sheet here on what you need to perform a mind control trick. So you need the witch, skeleton, and jack-o'-lantern cards. How to perform mind control. It's like okay. So there's a card trick with those cards. Okay. I may have to look into that. Blow some people's minds. All right, there's 3. We're moving on to Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. And here we've got Jamie and Dr. Loomis on the back. You got Loomis there with the, I think he called it the egg burn on the side of his face. I like that image there of Michael. Open it up. Oh, this is gorgeous. Love the inside of this one. Love that. Beautiful. Beautiful. And let's see, what's the vinyl itself look like? This one's cool. Red and white. Get that. Very nice. Oh, and I almost forgot. Here's the little insert. You've got Michael there taking the mask off of the shelf in the drugstore, and you've got some liner notes there. So that was Halloween 4. Here, oh, this one's cool. Halloween 5. The Revenge of Michael Myers. Got the hand there with the mark of thorn on the wrist. I've always said if I ever get a tattoo, I'm going to get the mark of thorn right on my wrist. You got Michael here on the back posing with his scythe. You know, looking sexy. GQ Myers with his scythe. On the inside, this is cool. Can you see Michael back there lurking in the shadows? There he is. Here is the insert. Not much to this one. Here's the liner notes with the mark of thorn at the top. And let's take a look at the vinyl. Don't remember what. The part 4 was red and white. The part 5 is blue and white. And there you go. That's the Halloween collection from Death Waltz. Hey, Phil's Creepy Vids. How you doing, sir? Hope you're doing well. Amazing set. Yeah, that is a really cool set. Piz needs a Taco Man tattoo. Maybe I'll get like the mark of thorn on one wrist and Taco Man on the other. I think that'd be a good look. Horror Collections 13, how you doing? Does it make bugs and snakes crawl out of your face? Only if you listen to the Part 3 soundtrack backwards. If you listen to it backwards, it will cause crickets and snakes and that sort of thing to crawl out of your eye sockets and nose holes and ear holes and stuff like that. Gonna get the thorn on your wrist too, Garrett. You know, that lets everybody know you're in the cult of thorn. Don't mess with me. Jeremy is very excited for Scream Horror Collections 13. Did you ever get into cassettes? I actually got the Neon Maniacs cassette also. It came as part of the set. And I've got Spookies. I've got the Spookies soundtrack on cassette. And I think that's it. Those are the only 2 cassettes I've got. Soundtrack cassettes I've got. Mike, you no longer collect vinyl, don't have a record player. I've only got like a cheapo record player that I got off Amazon. But I did hook up some Bose speakers to it. So that helps. That helps.
Mama? Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this cloth smells of death.
Thank you, Nighttime, for the $2 super chat. Do you like RC Cola? I don't remember the last time I had a RC Cola, to be honest. I don't remember it being bad, but I've not had one in a long time. TerraVision has pulled me back into cassettes. I'm looking forward to the new slate of releases from TerraVision. They're supposed to have some really good releases coming soon. Blu-ray, and I'm assuming maybe some 4Ks too. So, bring it on. All right, so I'm going to do an update here on the Twitch watch party that I'm going to be doing one day this week. Halloween Ends is still in the lead. It's got 39% of the votes. The Burning has 32% of the votes, and everything else is a distant third. So, if you've not voted, head over to the community section of my channel. There's the link, and vote. If you want to hang out for the watch party, all you have to do is sign up for Twitch. If you've not already got a Twitch account, that takes all of about 2 seconds, but you also have to be an Amazon Prime subscriber so that you can actually watch the movie in real time. I need to see Spookies in Society. Yes, you do. You most certainly do. Is Jeremy still afraid of Mezco dolls? He'd rather them stay in the man cave than be in his bedroom. The little Funko dolls he's fine with, but the big Mezco ones, those can stay down here. Did you guys weather the storm all right? Yes, we did, Shepard. Yes, we did. Thank you. We had our power knocked out for 2 days. Good old KU. I know there's still a lot of folks in Lexington that are without power. So I know they got it a lot worse than we did here over there. Yeah, Michael, I did pick up that Paranormal Activity collection. I couldn't pass it up for that price. Jeremy doesn't like storms because he's afraid that they're going to knock out the satellite and he won't be able to watch his shows. I don't think he's afraid of the storm itself. He just lives in fear of the storm knocking out the satellite, which luckily it didn't. It didn't knock out the satellite. So he was able to watch his shows without any issues. Thank goodness. But yeah, he does not like storms. Not because he's afraid of them. He just doesn't want anything to, get in the way of his schedule.
Mama? Yes, darling, what is it? Mother, this cloth smells of death.
Let's see. Manuel, thank you for the additional $2 super chat. That's very kind of you. What are your thoughts on the Criterion Collection? I think the Criterion Collection is really overrated. I think they're overly expensive and just, I think they're overrated. I own a few Criterions. I think they're good releases. They're just overpriced for what they are, and I don't know. They're just overrated to me. I got snow here for the first time since 1999. Waldo, where do you live? You must live out west. Because I think the folks out west got our winter this year. I'm doing good, Kaniak. How are you? Wild Wrangler, how you doing? Favorite serial killer movies? Ooh, good question. Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer would be way up there. Peeping Tom would be up there. Maniac would be up there. Both Maniacs, really. The Joe Spinell and the Elijah Wood. I think both of them are. The Maniac remake is far better than it has any right to be, in my opinion. But the Joe Spinell Maniac is way up there. Let's see. Let me do a refresher here. But that's 3 so far. And actually, Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer Part 2 is actually pretty good too. Oh, the Clove Hitch Killer. I was really impressed with the Clove Hitch Killer. If you guys haven't seen that, I recommend it. Found. Found is a great serial killer movie. If you've not seen Found, that one's definitely one to add to your list. That's a creepy ass movie too. So there you go. That's like what, 5, 6. And I would add The Talent Dreaded Sundown to that list too. I'd say The Talent Dreaded Sundown's actually way up there on my list, to be honest. I haven't seen snow since 1985. I'm in Los Angeles. Wow. Yeah, I heard you guys got some snow out that way. Wow. Yeah, 7 could be. Yeah, 7's a serial killer movie. That'd be up there. I love 7. Did not purchase Breathless. No idea about Mr. Roby, Maniac 2, unfortunately. Do I think Scream Factory will do 4Ks of Psycho 2 and Psycho 3? I would 2 for sure. I would think if they can get their hands on original elements, I would think for sure. Psycho 2 deserves a 4K, without a doubt. LA has snow in every direction surrounding the city. The mountains are snow covered everywhere. Wow. You guys got, yeah, our winter went out west this year, because I've heard that it's been really cold in places like New Mexico. They got snow in Vegas. It's been really cold in California. So they got our winter. We've had like no winter here. No, not watching The Last of Us. I may eventually at some point. Ah, Kiss the Girls. I've not seen Kiss the Girls in a long, long time. I remember it being okay. Along Came the Spider. I think Along Came a Spider actually is supposed to take place before Kiss the Girls. It just came out after. I wasn't a big fan. I don't remember liking Along Came a Spider though. If you've not dropped a like on the stream, please do so. I would appreciate that. So I think I can probably just go ahead and call the Twitch watch party. I'm just going to give it to Halloween Ends. It looks like Halloween Ends is going to win. Let me double check Facebook, unless it's gotten a ton of votes on Facebook. I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to matter. Let's see. Actually, The Burning is winning on Facebook. Wow. Holy crap. Let's tally it up here and see how many votes. I don't know if I combine the votes. I don't know if that'll save The Burning or not. I don't know. Let's do something. I'm going to do a quick poll here in the chat. I'm going to do a quick poll here in the chat. All right, and this could decide it, okay? All right, y'all vote. Either The Burning or Halloween Ends. Personally, I'm fine with either one. I've kind of wanted to revisit Halloween Ends, to be honest, but I'm up for watching The Burning anytime. Anytime. So I'll watch The Burning anytime, any place. And I think either one I think would be a fun watch party. Because there'd be a lot of people who are pissed off at Halloween Ends who would be hate watching it. And The Burning is just a great fun slasher. So we'll have fun watching that one too. Wow, so far The Burning's taken a big lead. Holy crap. All right. And I mean, who knows? People with multiple accounts may have tampered with that poll on YouTube, because the Facebook poll has got The Burning winning. The YouTube poll has Halloween Ends, but there could be some, there could be some shenanigans there. There could be some shenanigans. Yeah, I love Once Bitten too. I knew Once Bitten would be a long shot, but Once Bitten's a fun movie. You've never seen The Burning. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, you're going to be in for a treat then. you will be in for a treat. If The Burning wins, you'll be in for a treat. George Costanza is in The Burning. That is correct. I do hope that they bring Rowan Campbell, who played Corey, to Halloween 45. I'd like to meet him. And, wear like a Team Corey shirt. He'd like that. He'd like that. Get him to sign my Halloween Ends mask. Ooh. Or maybe by that point I'll have like a Corey Cunningham, the Scarecrow mask. That'd be cool. It's Team Corey, baby. Antonis, you've never seen The Burning either? Okay, all right. You'll be in for a treat. It's a fun movie. Mike prefers The Burning over all the Friday films. Wow, okay, all right. Parker, you're planning on going to Halloween 45 also? I'm hoping. My fingers are crossed. My fingers are crossed. Got to get the tickets. Got to, set up a flight, book a room, But I think it'll be worth the journey. All right, 3:45 Akimbo. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good rest of your night. Any chance Carpenter goes to 45? Probably. It wouldn't surprise me. No, Jeremy liked Halloween Ends. He liked it. Jeremy's bloodthirsty, though. Jeremy just likes body count. He likes kills. He likes, blood and gore. He's, he's bloodthirsty. I'll put money on it. And when we leave Halloween, or when we leave Scream 6, and I ask him what his favorite part of the movie was, he's going to say the killing, or killing this character, or killing that character. So he likes the killing. So, the Twitch watch party, I'm going to schedule that for sometime this coming week. I'm going to schedule the next patron and channel member exclusive watch party. I'm pretty sure that's going to be Neon Maniacs for that one. So if you're a channel member or a patron, keep your eyes peeled for that. Yes, Antonis, we will be doing a Scream 6 video like we did for Scream 5. Yes. You taught Jeremy too well. I mean, he gets it all on his own. He loves horror, and he knows what horror is all about. So he wants to see the bloodshed. The bloodshed, the carnage. I mean, that's what he's all about. He's going to be taking his Ghostface popcorn bucket with him. Get him a big Coke. I'll probably get an icy. Maybe some nachos. And just settle in, get in the recliner seats. Put our legs up. Get all comfy. And watch Ghostface Takes Manhattan. So I'll probably try and get my review of Scream 6 out probably by Saturday. Maybe earlier. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, Derek Smith, how are you? So let me ask you all this. So for a movie like Scream 6, will you watch reviews of the spoiler-free reviews of the movie prior to seeing it yourself, or do you wait until you see the movie before you watch any reviews or read any reviews or anything like that? Hope you all have a good night. Wanted to pop on since you were live, Piz. Enjoy the low-key, honest reviews without the overacting or slamming crap so many other reviewers seem to be fond of doing. Oh, well, thank you, S. Shepard. I appreciate the kind words. I personally wait on any reviews. You wait, Redbeard? Yeah. Well, it seems like a lot of reviewers, what they'll do is like, they'll rush out the non-spoiler review and then they'll follow that up with the spoiler review. So, and they get those out pretty quick. I never watch any reviews before I see a movie. I usually see the movie before reading a review because there might be spoilers. Right. No reviews, also too much risk of a spoiler popping up in the recommended vids on the sidebar. That's true too, Manuel. Yep. Grizzly waits, that's good. This was a Fright Rags shirt, Gabriella. I've had this one for a few years. But Fright Rags is always putting out, Halloween stuff. So they'll probably have I've actually picked up at least one or two Halloween 3 shirts since I got this one. So they're always putting out Halloween stuff. Just got your new Scream 6 cavity color shirt, Harrison. Yeah, all the, cavity colors, gutter garbs, Fright Rags, they all do great work. Their shirts aren't cheap, that's for sure. But, they're good quality and the artwork is, always pretty incredible. Terra Threads, that's a good one too. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to call it. I'm just going to call it right now. All right? I'm going to call it. The Burning has won the Twitch Watch Party poll. Wow. That's surprising. It was, I'm going to assume that there were some shenanigans on the YouTube community poll, because the Facebook poll had The Burning win. The poll that just ended on the stream had The Burning win, but the YouTube poll, it was close, but I'm thinking there were some shenanigans there. So The Burning will be the next Twitch watch party. I'll probably do that Tuesday nights. Maybe Tuesday nights. I'll schedule that one. That sounds like a good night for the burning. By the way, let me put my Twitch channel link in the... There's my Twitch channel. If you're not following me over there, go ahead and follow me over there. And if you've not created a Twitch account, it literally takes no time at all, but you will have to have an Amazon Prime account to be able to watch along. So I'm excited. I'm excited about watching the burning with you guys. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, I'll probably start it at 9 o'clock. I'll probably start it at 9. Because that movie, you know. And I have to warn you too, it will be shown uncut. It will be shown uncut. So if you are sensitive to acts of graphic violence, viewer discretion is advised. There's also quite a bit of TNA. So if you're sensitive to that, viewer discretion is advised. Talk about an upset. I know. I thought Halloween Ends was gonna take it, but nope, didn't happen. So Cropsey's the man. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night there. Unless you guys have any questions or anything you want to ask me, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. And call it a night. Let's see. Piz, what is your advice for someone that is losing their interest in films in general? Wow. Gosh, that's a tough one. I think you'd have to get down to the bottom of why are you losing interest in films in general? What is it that's causing you to lose interest? Is it just that, is it the quality of the movies? Is it, what is causing you to lose interest in films in general? We've got to diagnose that issue first before we can remedy it. So what do you say, Lost Tune? There's the PlayStation 9. What's up, PlayStation 9? How you doing? I don't remember seeing your question about Scream, Gabriella. By the way, if you've not dropped a like on this stream, please do so. Thank you all for 91 likes. Appreciate that. I don't know, Lost Tune. I think there may be deeper issues if you've lost interest in something that you love. You may have some deeper, something deeper there than just losing interest in movies and how to nice Arnie emotes, PlayStation 9. Nice. So my advice, Lost Tune, would be to identify what is causing you, what's caused you to lose interest in films in general. And have you lost interest in any other things that you used to love? Because there may be a more significant issue there. How many Ghostface killers do you think will show up in Scream 6? Oh, goodness. Oof. I've actually been told the exact number of killers that are in Scream 6, but I don't want to say it. There's more than one. I'll put it that way. I still enjoy video games, but movies just aren't cutting it. I don't know, maybe try, if it's horror that's not been doing it for you lately, maybe try a different genre. Or, I don't know. Maybe try, there you go, some sci-fi or, I don't know, action or something. Try a different genre. Maybe try, I don't know. Maybe do something that's physical. Go for a walk every day. Clear your mind. Have some time to think. Do something with your hands. I don't know. Let's see. Japanese female prison films. That's, to each their own. All right, folks, I'm going to call it a night. I need to get Eric Freeman as a personal trainer. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Eric would certainly whip you into shape. That's for sure. Eric knows what he's doing. Let me do some shout outs here. Let me shout out Living Dead, Devin Santana, the Nick Sweat. Thank you for subscribing on Twitch. Lost Tune, Cotton Eye Joe, PlayStation 9. Thank y'all for tuning in over on Twitch. Shout out to Future Dead Camper for being a channel member for 6 months. Thank you very much. Shout out to Michael K for the $5 super chat. Shout out to Davo for the $1. Shout out to Manuel Villarreal for the $5 super chat and the $2 super chat. And shout out to Nighttime for the $2 super chat. Thank you all. Appreciate that very much. Let's see who's still with me on YouTube. We got K Crow, Illfusion, Harrison Perkins, Jimmy L, Eric Shosted, Manuel Villarreal, Michael Sullivan, Dave, Captain Halloween, Mike Barrett, Mad Bull 876, Ross Jordan, Gabriella Valentine, Waldo, PlayStation 9 was also over here hanging out with us. Chester 22, Derek Smith, Grizzly. Redbeard, S. Shepherd. 1980s Betamax, 345 Akimbo. The Daily Ghost, Ben Grimm. Soiner. It's an interesting name. Let's see. Who else was with us tonight? Caniac. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. All right, yeah, thank you all for hanging out. There's Geriatric Geek still with us. Yeah, thank you guys for hanging out, spending your Sunday night with me. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great rest of your nights. Have a good week. Hopefully I'll see a lot of you during the Burning watch party over on my Twitch channel on Tuesday night, beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But keep an eye on my socials. If you're not following me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, go follow me over there. I'll keep you guys all apprised of when things happen. So, again, thank you all for hanging out with me. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you again real soon. Take care. And until next time, peace.